Okay, so listen, I know this is probably not the best way to start a YouTube venture with this show. Couple things. Welcome to Run 'em Daily, your daily-ish sports show. This is an existing podcast. We are just coming over into YouTube as well. So this being the first video, we probably should have had like streamers, a great structure, some great music laid out, some kind of, show structure going on. But that's not the case because the NFL is fucking crazy. And I just felt the need to go ahead and do this now. You might call this an emergency pod, right? And if you've been under a rock all day, or if you just don't give a shit about the NFL, which, that's cool too, you may not know that Micah Parsons requested a trade from the Dallas Cowboys today. I'm going to repeat that just because those are words I didn't think I'd find myself saying. Micah Parsons requested a trade from the Dallas Cowboys today. So let me take a few minutes to try to go through how we got here. Try to dive into Jerry Jones's dementia-laden brain a little. Well, I guess you can't say that, allegedly. We're going to try to figure out what the fuck Jerry Jones could have been thinking, or Stephen Jones, or anybody in Dallas for that matter, because it seems like the city of Dallas has been hit with a wave of just fucking idiocracy. Is that a word? Is idiocracy a word? I like that word. Idiocracy lately when it comes to their sports teams, and I feel so bad for their fans. Let's start here, though. Let's start here. First of all, if you are watching this on YouTube, like I said before, this is a podcast. We've been a podcast for a little while now. If you're listening to this on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, iHeartRadio, wherever you listen to this at, first of all, thank you. Go ahead and leave a 5-star review. Let these tech companies know that this is the type of content that you like to consume when Jerry Jones doesn't know what else to do. So he decides he wants to burn the house down, right? So let's start with Micah Parsons' statement today. So in his statement, Parsons explained he deeply wanted to stay and contribute for the Cowboys, a team that he and his family supported growing up. He rejected closed-door negotiations where his agent was excluded. He's tired of negative media narratives and personal shots, especially surrounding his injuries. He tried to be understanding and waited patiently, but the radio silence from the organization broke everything. So apparently, what I can gather from all the reports out there and from Micah himself, and I don't have any reason to believe that he's telling any version of the story that isn't the truth, right? In January of this year, they wanted to start the talks of, hey, Micah wants to be a Cowboy for life. Let's go ahead and talk this extension, see what we can get done before the summer. We don't really want to drag this thing out. We're pretty sure that you guys want Micah to be a Cowboy for life because, like, why wouldn't you, right? But, yeah, let's go ahead and not drag this on. You guys show us a little bit about, how you value this once-in-a-lifetime generational talent, and we will show you our loyalty by just sticking in early. And mind you, I'm going to come back to the early portion of this. Apparently, neither Jerry Jones nor Stephen Jones even responded to him or reached out to his agent at the time, which is absolutely crazy. Micah Parsons may be, aside from CeeDee Lamb, may be the most sure thing that you do have on that Cowboys roster. And I might even put too many maybes in that. Like, he's really that dude. And so why you would not return the call of his agent in January is insane to me, because even if we're to believe that Jerry Jones and or Stephen Jones are these great, brilliant business minds that have grown this brand to astronomical numbers, which they have. I'm not trying to say they haven't. You have to give them credit for kind of what they've done in the face of mediocrity. But they've done it, right? Even if you look at this from just strictly the business aspect of it, someone should have been in Jerry Jones's ear saying, hey, just FYI, if we actually do the Micah deal now, it's going to cost us less money because the market's going to just keep resetting as all the other players that are his comps get their deals this summer. So like Micah's going to want to be the top paid one because Micah should probably be the top paid one for his production and his age. Like that's a safe investment there, right? And we're going to want to do this investment. So getting in right now, the price is probably just going to be a little bit cheaper. And that's actually going to give us more wiggle room, you know, roster wise down the road as well. The price is just going to keep going up. So why they didn't have that dude in the room, I do not know, because completely ignoring your best player is crazy work. Crazy work. Micah says he kind of put it to the side, move into the summer now, and his agent is doing what they can to try to reach out to the Dallas Cowboys and get a deal done before camp starts. So we let that bullshit of y'all not getting back to us for 4 months go. Now we're here at this point, and let's sit down and get something done. Again, why would you not want Micah Parsons? And you can't even say that we're the Cowboys and we don't re-up guys early, because you do. Like, you paid Zeke early, a running back. Like, you paid Zeke early, so it's not that you just don't do this on principle. You know what I mean? It's weird. And I don't like to use the word weird because I think weird is turned into LOL. It just gets you out of a bunch of shit if you don't know what else to say. But in this case, it's just weird because you have this surefire talent and you have the easy decision before you to lock him up long term at a price that is going to, over time, just be more and more beneficial to you and your business. And you choose not to do that. And then we get to the summertime and Micah Parsons again basically says, yeah, I don't know why a deal's not being done. Like, we didn't even really ask for nothing yet. Like, Micah Parsons says that they didn't demand any number or amount of years yet. They hadn't even got to that level of the conversation. And so then Jerry Jones decides to go on TV and basically just be like, we'll get to Micah. Yeah, but, you know, we just got to be cautious. We got to take everything into account, and you got to know you might only get him for 6 games a year because, you know, he gets injured, you know. Just saying. And I'm like, okay, are we trying to drive the value of him down to save money? Because even if that's the case, when I do my like risk assessment and that plan working, even if it does drive the dollar value down on that, like the long-term damage of you going on TV and talking about your superstar this way seems to far outweigh any little monies you might save. And if it was important for you to save money, you could have did that by answering the goddamn phone. So what are we really doing? You don't want him to be a Cowboy? Like, I don't understand what is happening here. And so Stephen Jones comes out and essentially says the same thing. They positioned Micah like he's this diva begging for money that he doesn't deserve, or even if you don't feel like he deserves that, you're fucking crazy because, you know, go look at the numbers. But even if you don't feel like he deserves that, he's earned more than he's paying for, like, than he's being paid now. And how this thing works in the NFL, you're absolutely right. He is under contract. That is a contract that he signed. Jerry Jones is literally only responsible to pay the contract that he originally signed. But like, that's not how the business of the NFL usually works. Because you usually got smart individuals that make those decisions like, shit, if we sign him today, it might be cheaper than tomorrow because such and such is going to sign tomorrow, and that price is just going to continue to go up because we do feel like our dude is just better. And for better in the NFL, you got to pay for it. It comes at a premium. So business logic aside, Let's just step into the marketing of it. I've seen that. People say, Jerry Jones is just this master marketer that really, really loves the brand of the Cowboys, and he needs them leading on ESPN and FS1 every day, and he wants that lead spot for the Cowboys. And it's like, I believe there is a part of that that's true, but at some point, someone needs to tap Jerry on the shoulder again and say, bro, what are you selling? Like, what are you selling now? Because there was a time where you could sell the prestige of the Cowboys. And the prestige of the Cowboys is still kind of there. I'm not going to pretend that we live in a world where the Cowboys don't sell tickets, that the Cowboys don't move the emotional needle. I do understand that, but you've been a mediocre franchise for 20 plus years. I would say the brand is maybe the only thing that keeps you relevant, but you're going to quickly find out what the Lakers found out post Shaq after that last Kobe championship, that maybe LA and LA alone ain't going to get it done no more. Like, we need some dudes that's going to be a winner. And they went and got LeBron James and turned the culture of winning around, or attempted to. That's still debatable. That's not for today's show, though. But yeah, the Lakers used to be able to get players off of, shit, bro, it's LA. And that was enough. And then it became not enough anymore because players get money. Players are paid. So when these free agents are making these decisions, it's not strictly about money no more. It's about ball. And people want to win. And so choosing to go to the Cowboys prior to, 25 years ago or prior to now, it was based on the brand. Or you grew up loving that team, or your uncles probably loved that team, especially if you're in the black community. Like, I don't think no other team in America, like Dallas Cowboys, that's really America's team, especially black America. So like, you probably grew up just having some kind of love or affinity. But the Cowboys teams that you fell in love with, them niggas is in their 60s now. No disrespect to Emmett and Troy and them and Mike, and no disrespect at all. But like, that shit is so far gone that these kids that are coming into the league now, Micah Parsons was an infant, not even born when it was popping. So like, you're going to lose that lore. And Jerry Jones, he's so old that to him, it probably feels like that was a couple days ago or a couple years ago. No, bro, that was the 90s. That was a long time ago. And I know how he feels because like at 38 now, I'll be doing that sometimes. I'm like, nah, that was like 96. That wasn't even that. Oh, damn, that's 30 years. You look up and it just, you know what I'm saying? And I think if the Cowboys, I'll leave it at this. For the sake of the fans, for the sake of the business of the Cowboys going forward, I do believe that it is time for someone to step in and say, hey, Jerry, it might be time to hang it up, because I'm now concerned about the damage that he is doing to this brand long term. Because what's going to happen is if you alienate your best players, your best player can be super productive, young, and want to be there for life. These are the things that you would really want your best player to say. You have all of that in this kid, and you still do this to him at this point in his career. That tells every other player to come up after him, damn, if they did Micah like that, what they gonna do to me? And so they might not want to fuck with it. And then you're going to find yourself in a crazy situation where you're not landing free agents and it's not a place that people want to be at. And it's going to start to look kind of sad. Have you been to New England lately? Shit don't look the same, bruh. I used to hate Patriots fans. Now I don't even hate them no more. It's just like, hey, you still riding with your team? I fucks with it, man. It's admirable. And that's sad. You don't want to be sad. Someone take the keys from Jerry before he drives this Cowboys brand off the cliff. And when it's over and everybody is saying good night and goodbye to Jerry, what are y'all going to be walking in the building to that following Monday? You have to protect the brand. And that starts with apologizing to Micah Parsons, offering him more money than he could have asked for, and you just go from there. Simple as that. Make the call, Jerry. Make the fucking call.